Happy Friday and welcome to today's edition of Fun Fridays from the Field Career Chats, brought to you by NICC's College and Career Connection Program and Keystone AEA. Today we are on location from the NICC Northeast Iowa Community College Child Development Center at Kelmer, Iowa, and we have Brooke with us today, who is the director there, and our moderator Gina is actually doing the video work, so we get a fun tour as well. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Gina.
Thanks, Stephanie, and thank you to Brooke. We're so excited to be here with all the fun littles this morning. So we're going to just start and have Brooke introduce herself, tell us a little bit about her background, and then we're going to go in and see the infant room to start with for a little tour. So go ahead, Brooke, tell us about yourself.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Brooke Hjerleid. I actually live in Decorah. Went to Waldorf College for a couple of years, kind of got my gen eds done, and then moved across the country and lived out in Virginia for a while and had some fun. Came back, did a little teaching, and I went back to school at Upper Iowa, got my BA in early childhood with special ed and reading endorsements. And then I was working here in the school age program during the summer, and I loved it so much, and happened to have the director decided she wanted to leave. And so I applied for the job and got it. And I've been here for about 5 years now. So, and I love every second of it. So this is where we're at. And I'm so happy to show you guys. I love showing off the classrooms and the kids and what we do here, because it's a lot of fun every day. So this will start in, it might be a little loud, but we'll start in the infant room. So this is our infant room. And in here, every classroom, so we have an infant room, a 1-year-old room, a 2-year-old room, and a preschool room. And every room has their schedules. So they do tummy time. We'll do some art projects. And then right now they just had breakfast. So they're kind of chilling and letting their bellies settle a little bit. And we have a lead teacher in every room, and then some associates. And then we just play. That's what we do in here, is we play and do fun things and cuddle and snooze.
What ages are in here then, Brooke?
We have 6 weeks up to 1 year, 1 year. But sometimes we have our 1-year-olds in here. If they're not walking, they won't go to the 1-year-old room quite yet. So we help them in their developmental stages to get them moving on up and to the next room.
So if a student was interested in working either with this age or the other ages we're going to see, what kind of classes would they maybe want to think about taking in high school, or what kind of education beyond that would you want?
We do have some high schoolers here working now, and they're wonderful. So I suggested them, I think there's some schools that offer like psychology classes. I would take a psychology class, maybe even like a health and nutrition type class if those are offered. I did write a couple of them down because I was thinking about it, but mostly and then if you have any like human growth and development classes, that's a big one. Even if you go to like a 2-year college, or if you come to like NICC, that'd be a really good class to take too.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I'm going to scan. You might not be able to hear us. I'm going to scan here so you can see what's happening in this room.
Oh. Hi.
Okay, we have our star of today's session. All right, should we move on to the next room? Thank you all.
Give me a diaper change, so we better get out.
Oh, and here are the sheets, so yes, they keep track of.
That's a communication. So the parents know everything that happened during the whole time that they're here. Diaper changes, what they ate, when they slept, what they did, everything. Yeah.
All right, and let us know if you have questions. Stephanie will catch those for us in the chat, and we can get those answered. So yeah, now we're going to go see the 1-year-olds.
Any questions?
Brooke, while we're walking, what kind of skills do you think someone should have? What we would call like soft skills or employability skills to go into the field?
So communication as a soft skill is huge. There's going to have to be a lot of communication between the teachers together and then with the parents, the teachers and the parents. Communication is a big skill here. And that's very important to me because at this age here at the center, we have 0 to 5, and that is the most important brain growth time. So we're the ones teaching them everything that they need to know to help with their futures. And so communication between parents, letting them know how they're developing, and then just in the classroom is vital too, because we don't have people at work all day long. So I need good communication from the morning staff to the afternoon staff. That's probably the biggest, I would say, soft skill, because we have ratios here also. So when there's 4 kids in this room, I have to have, 1 staff with just a 4. So we have to like keep up with all rules, regulations. So that would be another very important skill, just to kind of keep yourself up on anything that changes as far as like DHS regulations. And
so a lot of that's your job, I'm guessing, as the director, correct?
It is, but then it is also their job to know how to run the classroom with that sense. So they need to know what DHS requires of them in their classrooms. Also, we have meetings to kind of go through it because it changes, but that's their job also to keep up the classroom as far as what DHS would like for them to do.
Okay.
So,
and probably as you get into the older grades, like some curriculum and activities that help students learn might be.
And we have meetings about that too, and we'll get together and we'll discuss like what we think helps with that particular age group, and then we'll brainstorm on any ideas to make some changes to make things more fun in their learning process. So
fun, it's all about fun, and they don't know they're learning.
It's so fun. It like you really literally come to work here and you get to play and you get to do art projects and read and sing, and it's just a really fun environment, and we love it. So this is our 1-year-old room.
Here we go, 1-year-olds.
So here's the ones. Once again, another classroom with a schedule during the day. So a lot of times they start their morning playing. And then they do some circle time, which is reading and any sort of songs to help them learn. Like I said, this is the most important time for their connections with their brain. And they'll do some art projects, lots of playing. Once again, they'll do lunch, nap times, and more playing. And they're all staring at me like, hey, loves. Hey.
You could tell she's popular here.
We get to just hang out.
Oh my gosh, this might be one of the most fun ones we've ever done. So here's what's going on in this room. We got lots of playtime. And then I bet there'll be a snack.
There will be lunch and nap and then snack and playing. More playing.
Oh, here's a good question, Brooke.
Yes.
Are there usually openings, or is it hard to get a job in early childhood?
To tell you the truth, it's not hard to get a job. I am pretty much hiring all the time because childcare is such a need that the more kids that we can get in here, the more staff I'm going to need. So, and currently we are on a huge waiting list because I can't get the staff in. So, and we've been actually hiring some high school students. So they come in after school and then they'll work on no school days to get some extra money, and they have a blast with the kids, and we love having them here. So something different and fun.
Good question. Yes. Thank you for your question. All right.
What?
Should we keep moving up? All right.
You guys say bye.
Bye. Thanks for letting us visit.
Buddy.
And I'm guessing as staff, maybe you kind of get to pick the age you want to work with, or that you're most comfortable with, or depends on the openings you have.
A lot of times it will kind of depend on the openings, but I do like to, when I hire someone new, I will put them in rooms where they're needed. But with this, things change every single day. So we might have some kids out in one room and I'll have extra staff. So I can move that person to another room. Then I will kind of talk to them like, are you comfortable in this room? Like, which age group do you like the best? And then I particularly like to schedule them in that room because I want them comfortable.
Mhm.
And if they're comfortable, the kids feel safe and loved. And that's what's most important to me. So yeah, I want them to have fun. So gotta be comfortable to have fun too.
Excellent.
And this is where they all eat. It's kind of a mess right now because they just had breakfast, but the staff all eat with the kids. So it's called family style. So we sit and eat with them, and they each have their own little tables and come out all at the same time. And it gets loud and fun in here. Then messy, very, very messy.
I got here at breakfast time. It was a blast.
Yeah.
None of the kids even wanted to say hi because they were busy with their Cheerios and bananas.
Yes, yes.
Like that
especially
was
bananas.
definitely
Exactly.
focus.
Yeah. So we do the breakfast, lunch, and then they go out there for snack also. And then down here we go in order. So go two's room.
Okay. Two's room.
So like I said, we have an infant room, a one's room, and a two's room. This room so the one's room was just 1-year-olds, and the day they turn 2, they celebrate with their friends, and then the next day they graduate up here. And so we call this early preschool.
What are
Hold
some
on,
of the milestones?
Before you
for
go
the-
into the classroom, can you just answer this question? And I
Yes.
know it's probably on your sheet, but the starting pay for part-time and or full-time.
Actually here at this center right now, we are only part-time. There are only 2 staff here that are full-time. It's myself and my preschool teacher, but part-time starts at $10.20 an hour, and that goes up every year. I also find some, bonus money for them. But that's what the starting pay is right now. And that does change every once in a while also. So, but right now we only do part-time employees.
As you want to talk about like the benefits people get though, as
We do
part-time
get
still here.
vacation days, sick days, IPERS, which is very huge.
That's retirement.
Yes, that is retirement. Sorry, I forget that I'm talking to middle schoolers, but that is a retirement, and it's very, very nice to have. But your sick days, your vacation days here at NICC is nice too, because we do a holiday schedule. So we get holidays off plus a longer Christmas break, kind of like your schools do. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. There's a lot of extra benefits to add with that.
Would it be a good career for somebody who maybe wants to be around for their own kids, but they're in school during the day, so they could kind of work
Yes.
those hours? Yeah.
Yes, they definitely could. And then
Okay.
it would be nice too, if, we've had some that have worked here and their kids get off the school bus. And so then they're here with them and they finish out the day here with mom and they get to go home together. So yeah, yes. That's it. I don't know why people wouldn't want to work here in daycare ever.
So any other questions we're missing, Stephanie, that we need to cover?
Yeah, so there's one more. Are there any
Okay.
certifications, trainings needed before you get hired? And they had some examples of like CPR, mandatory reporter, those type of things as well.
That's a great question. That's smart middle schooler.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so we don't require any sort of like degrees or anything to actually work in the rooms. But since we are a lab school here, NICC does have an early childhood program. So there are girls downstairs that graduate in early childhood and they will get a degree or a certificate. With that though, that does help the center out because we are on something called an IQ4K, which is a quality rating system. And the more people that we have with some kind of certificate or degree, that helps benefit the center with as far as like money. If I have I would like to have a preschool teacher that is accredited, like a 4-year degree would be great. It's not required, but that makes us an accredited preschool. And that just is a lot more benefits for us. But like I said, I have high schooler kids working here and they have not graduated yet. And then hopefully I can get them in the program downstairs and get them a job. So we do have girls that graduate downstairs and I hire them, a lot of them actually. So, but no, there's nothing that's required. With my job as the director, there was. So I have a BA in education, which they really, really kind of wanted that. So.
Quarter and all those
right.
certificates.
Do not have to have any of that to start. We will get you in going that. You will have to have CPR, mandatory reporting, and there's one that's called the universal precautions. So that was another one. And we do sometimes we do that all together. We just get everyone done, wham, bam. And then with DHS, there will be some other classes you have to take. A lot of them are online that take like an hour. So you'd have to have like 6 extra hours of any kind of training that DHS requires. But other than that, that would be all. CPR is the big one though, CPR and first aid. That is absolutely required.
So
Yes.
definitely a benefit if they would have it in advance.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When I'm doing interviewing, that helps a lot. But like I said, not needed because a lot of times we'll close up the center and we'll all do it together. So, and then I know everyone has it. Kind of easy that way too. But if you have it, you don't have to do that. Yeah. Do you want to see the twos or no?
Yes. What are some
That one?
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
What are some milestones for the twos here?
Twos, these, so there's a lot more of their speaking coming out in the twos room. So they do a lot more. This room in particular will come out speaking in Spanish.
Oh,
And
wow.
they count to 10 in Spanish. They'll count to 20. They'll start learning colors, like in sign language. And then this, I just think the 2-year-old room is really when you see the growth in their brain development. So you'll see them, those verbal talking more. We encourage a lot more of that, like using words when they need some communication. Because 1-year-olds, their way of communicating is biting because they don't really know how to tell you what they want, biting or crying. This age, it's more use your words, let us know what you want.
And they
so it's
cannot wait for us to come in.
Yes, they're all seeing here. And it's very fun to see. That is my favorite part of my job, is watching the development of these kids. I see them from the infants when they come and then when they leave the preschool program. And it is my favorite part of seeing what we did to help them grow.
All right, we'll go in here
we'll go in
quick,
there.
and then
This
I think
one's-
we have a couple other questions.
This is the
we're-
wild room.
This is okay.
Yes, this is
Here
the
we go.
twos.
Hi.
So right now they are doing some block building. Just kind of hanging out and doing, like, working together, aren't you?
Are you having fun?
You guys say hi.
Well, thanks for letting us visit.
Yes. You guys, and this room also does the same thing. Schedule. Routine is extremely important in every room, actually. So breakfast time, they come in, they do a circle time. This is a shadow of mine. So, and they do circle time where they do their songs, their Spanish, they're talking, reading storybooks, just using their imagination and being creative. So and then they go on throughout the day. Right?
All right. Should we pop into preschool quick?
Yes.
And then we got to cover the rest of our questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
While she's going, you did mention what you like the most, Brooke. What do you dislike about your job? What is there anything you dislike?
There is actually, when people ask me that question, the thing I dislike the most is people's idea of that this is babysitting, like glorified babysitting, when it's not. Like I said earlier, the brain development from 0 to 5 is the most crucial. And we're here to make that happen. I tell people, a lot of times that the kids here, we have more awake hours with them than their parents do. So we are basically raising their children because they're busy at work. So we need to be the ones responsible. So when people say, oh, here's the glorified babysitter, and you sit around and just rock babies and play all day, that is so far from the truth. And so it's really frustrating to me to try and get people to understand. So things like this, I love for people to see or come and tour the center so they can actually see what we really do here and teaching these kids and helping them grow for their future. So that is probably my one biggest thing. Not gonna lie.
So now all these students are educated about it, and they
Yes.
can tell people
Yes,
it's more than that.
We
So
are
much
busy.
more.
We go home very tired because we get to, yes.
What is happening in here?
This is our preschool room, 3 to 4-year-olds, and then we have them up till kindergarten, and then they kind of age out. But this is our preschool room, and they're doing an activity right now.
So are all of your rooms full for the most part?
Yes,
Brooke?
we are.
Okay.
We are full and have quite an extensive waiting list in every room. So,
Wow.
but this is the preschool room. Here we have. There's a lot more into dramatic play. So that means they dress up and then they pretend that they're cooks or they work at a store. So that's very important in this age's development. but they have themes in here every week. And then they base all of their lesson plans on the theme. So they'll read the books about the theme and their art projects are about the theme. And then they decorate the room with everything.
Very early career awareness. We like
Yes,
that.
yes.
All right, let's take a look through real quick. Oh my goodness. Are these wiki sticks? No. Oh, these are real sticks.
And they're going to try and build a nest with this stuff.
Oh, we're building nests. Thank you for letting us see what you're doing.
These are your pretend sticks.
And there's a table over here working together. You need help.
You're a pretend bird, and you're going to try to build a nest to keep it warm, okay? Using the materials that.
Oh, we got to keep the bird warm.
All right, it's going to be a tiny bird, okay? So you can keep it warm. All right, here's your little bird.
Hi.
Make sure it's here, okay?
I'm videotaping you like on TV.
Keep it warm.
You know what? There's some bigger kids learning about what you do here that are watching. They're interested in your birdhouses. All right? You have fun. Bye. Thank you.
This is a fun room to see the creative process. These kids are, it's a ton of fun just to see what they think when they're making an art project.
And
See
they're
how it comes out.
very curious about us too and able to communicate that, which is fantastic. Any final questions or anything on the sheet we didn't cover?
Well, just the one final question. So what career opportunities are there in childcare? Not necessarily even yours, but just in childcare in general.
So we do have girls that are in the program downstairs that actually are taking the classes to do their own in-home. So that is an option. Other than that, like even in this center, like you can be a cook here and a lead teacher, an assistant teacher, an after school program, anything like that involving kids. Other than that,
Early childhood at an actual school district too, where they have preschool, that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Or you can be
Yes.
a director like Brooke.
You could be a director, yes. And then you get to schedule yourself in the rooms, and then when you need a break, go in your office and take a little break.
And we didn't have time to get to your office. There's too much excitement going on out here, but
That's fine. It's kind of mess.
anything else?
I think we're good, unless anyone has any final questions. Oh, I love seeing the children. Oh my goodness.
And every day is different, and that's what makes it fun. Every day is different and exciting. So, and we have an awesome playground. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to show you guys the playground, but it's covered in snow. But it's a nature based, which means you can, whatever you can learn inside, you can learn outside. And they get dirty because it's all nature. So we have dirt and a slide in a hill and a canoe, and it's a ton of fun. So summertime, we're outside majority of the
Another
time.
question about what classes should you take in high school? And I know you mentioned
didn't
like
hear.
psychology,
What is she?
Oh,
saying?
classes again.
but
Yeah.
in high school, like I know if you
Oh.
say you couldn't take college classes like the psychology or things like that. Like
I also think like a couple of other good classes, I don't even, honestly, it's been so long since I've been in high school, but like reading classes or even a writing class, something with like a creative arts class, possibly, because we do a lot of
That's a good idea.
creativity. It's so great when you can read a book to a child and then you add your own voices or even your own story to it. And just being creative makes a world of difference. So any like creative arts and reading too, you're going to be teaching them kind of reading and language skills. You want to be up on that yourself. So, but other than that, I don't know.
A lot of
like,
your schools in there, if you have family and consumer science classes, you might have parenting or early childhood classes
and that,
too.
yes,
So
that would be, huge. too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
I said, any like if it's a human growth and development or, reading, creative art even. Yes.
all right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Brooke. This
Yes.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I bet the students really enjoyed it.
Oh, yes.
And if you have more questions,
well, I'm gonna stop the recording here now.
Okay.
So thank you.